everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I'm super excited to have you here. Today I'm going to be doing the stay at home and read a book tag. So especially now, I think it's super important to still stay at home and still self-quarantine because it's just, you're safest at home. I work in a hospital, so obviously my safest bet is to stay at home for the community and for myself. So I'm going to talk about some books that I want to read while I'm still quarantining. I know this is like total out of the game. People have already did this tag, but I'm doing it because I'm still self-quarantining. Laying in bed. What is a book you could have read in one day? I chose A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, which is a total ambitious choice. I loved this book. I think I only read it in 2 days. Sarah J Maas is such an amazing author. I loved how she built not only the fairy world, but the human world as well. I really liked that. I was in love with Tamlin from the beginning. I still love his character, and I have not got to the second book yet because there are so many spooky books I want to read before I get to that book. I haven't read it, but I hear that everyone's like, oh, you're gonna change your mind. You will no longer be Team Tamlin. And I said, listen, madam, you are absolutely wrong because I will be Team Tamlin from the start to the end. But that is a book I could have read in a day, and it's obviously quite a large book, but I have faith. The next question is snacking, a guilty pleasure book. So for that one, I chose The Selection by Kira Cass. So I chose this book because there are so many people who absolutely hate this series, and then it's definitely like a middle grade fantasy is how it's written, even though it is a young adult fantasy. It is about this like post world where we are all, when we turn 16, we can enter a challenge to become the princess or the queen of the new US. It's absolutely nuts. I love it a lot. It definitely has some great aspects. I love the romance part of it, but it doesn't overshadow the challenge part of it, which is something I like because we have a 50-50 of both, and so many books try to like overwhelm one over the other, and this doesn't do that, so I really enjoyed that. The next question is Netflix, a series you'd like to start. For that one, I chose Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. So I've heard so many great things about Fallen Kingdoms. If I remember correctly, it is Haley in Brooklyn who absolutely loves the series. I actually picked it up on a whim because of her, but I haven't started it. I hear it's an amazing trilogy. It has some amazing stories and amazing character driven. We have some amazing plot driven characters and amazing storytelling, and I'm super excited to actually get my hands on it, but it's been on my TBR for quite a while and I want to start it so bad, but I just haven't. The next question is Deep Clean, a book that's been on your TBR for ages, and for that one I chose Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. So this is a fairly recent book. I believe it came out in 2019 or 2018. It's about two, I believe one is a rock star's son and the other one is a politician's son, and obviously they fall in love. And really, I was obsessed with gay romance for a hot minute, so I think I purchased this book when I was kind of in that stage of my reading, and I really am excited to read it. I need to get to it, but I just have not been in the mood for romance lately. Ever since I read Love Her or Loser, my romance has went wow, and I just have not wanted to read romance. But I'm really hoping I can get to this before I get to my December holiday reading, so we'll see what happens. The next one is Animal Crossing, a book you bought because of the hype, and for that one I chose The Night Swim by Megan Golden. So I heard Olivia Reads a Latte talk so much about this book. She said it was so amazing. The podcast was over the moon. She absolutely loved it, and I'm really hoping I love it as much as everybody else loved it. I really like true crime, mystery type of books, and that's really what this is. I'm really hoping she doesn't let me down because from all her recommendations I've taken, none of them have left me down so far. So I'm super hoping I like this one as much as everybody says I'm going. Next question is Productivity, a book that had an impact on you. And for that one, I'm choosing Everything by Nicola Yoon. So I'm sure most of you are pretty familiar with the story or you've seen the movie, but it's basically about a girl who has this disease where she is allergic to everything. Anything could kill her pretty much. And so she's really stuck inside the bubble of her home, but she decides to kind of risk it all to go to Hawaii with this guy. This book really taught me to live outside of my bubble and to not take anything for granted, and this book, I absolutely loved it. It definitely made a super big impact on me. Not only that, it was also a fantastic story to read. Next one is FaceTime, a book you've been gifted. I chose The Inheritance Game. So my fiance actually bought me this book for Sweetest Day. He let me go to Barnes & Noble and pick a book out. So technically it was gifted. Technically I picked it out. But I'm super excited to be able to read this game. It's about a girl who is left millions of dollars by this dude she doesn't even know. So she's thrown in this house with his family members. And his family members want The Inherited. And I'm super excited to be able to read this book. I'm really hoping I can read it by the end of the year, but we'll see. The next question is self-care. What is something you've done recently to take care of yourself? So really, I've been struggling with self-care in quarantine. Because you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything, you're kind of just sitting at home, you are not getting ready for the day, you're just chilling in jammies all day long. And so that's really something that I've been trying to do lately, is to get ready and put on makeup or something to make myself feel like I've done something with my life today. So that's something that's really important to me. This self-care quarantine issue is getting ready for the day and showing myself that even though we're in quarantine, it doesn't give me an excuse to just be a bum. I need to get up and do something. And a bonus question is, name a book you're excited for that's coming out soon. I cannot remember the name of it. I think it's called The Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. It is the third book in the Cassie Blake series. I absolutely love this series. It is a middle grade not sci-fi. It is a middle grade paranormal horror book. I really enjoy it. It's about Cassie Blake, and she can see in the in-between, and she is on this tour with her parents of the most haunted places in the world, and obviously she's being sucked into the in-between because the paranormal activity is so high, and I love it. It was a fantastic book, and I'm really excited for the third book. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I really hope you guys enjoyed this stay-at-home reading tag. All of the questions will be listed down below, and all of the people I tag will be listed down below, so make sure you post your video and comment and tag me in it so I can watch it. If you guys did like this video, make sure you give it a super big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. I always upload bookish videos, and we have a lot of fun here. It's definitely a safe space, and I hope you guys stick around for more. I hope you guys are having a super great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost.